So just take a second and read this, and then we can discuss. I want to hear from y'all. So get ready to turn your microphones on. What does this what does this mean to you?
Well, like initially, I agree with it. I don't really know why it is the way that it is, um, but I definitely agree that like that statement's true.
Interesting. Okay, so what does that mean then?
Jazz has been criticized unfairly.
Okay, great. It's been criticized unfairly
I
by
feel like it kind of means that there's like a racial background to it as well.
sure, sure. So I'll just read it. So most jazz critics have been white Americans, but most important jazz musicians have not been. This is super important because it's like, who is making the decisions about your career path? Folks who are writing about you. Again, like I said earlier, critics were the ones who were sort of communicating things from concerts, right? That was our form of media at the time. So I would read, again, like a magazine, a pamphlet, some sort of a newspaper article about, I went to see Thelonious Monk at Village Vanguard on Friday night. He had 2 nights there, and it wasn't great. You know what I'm saying? That's the narrative that's kind of painted with Monk. Again, you have white Americans are the jazz or are the critics are making up the folk who determine whether or not you get work or not. And this was a battle that he had a lot. Folk who own the clubs, right? Folk who were booking the artists, who were booking tours, were reading these and saying, well, you didn't have a good concert last week at like such and such. So I don't want to hire you here, or I don't want to have you here. I don't want you to bring your craziness to my club. You feel me? So like this is like the implications that we're having right now of folk who don't necessarily have the same background as you are dictating now based on their words and like based on the things that they understand, which is not the same culture. That now we are going to judge you by our understanding of what we think good music is.